Hello everyone, welcome back to the video, and today I'm going to be talking about this new book that recently came out. It's called Lucien by J.R. Thornton. I honestly didn't know about this book before. I just saw the cover and I was really intrigued, and I thought why not check it out. I read the summary behind the book and it really made me want to read it. So I did, and I have a lot of thoughts on it. So I thought, why not make a separate review of it? But before that, really quick, I do want to tell you that there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this video because I just want to rant out all of my thoughts. So I'm not going to hold back. So proceed with caution. I would love to give you a quick summary of the book, but I feel like that since a lot of people don't really know about this book as it's really new, I'm just going to read the summary to you. A gifted yet financially disadvantaged artist falls victim to a manipulative control of his wealthy, enigmatic Harvard roommate in this incendiary novel from the author of Beautiful Country, a piercing exploration of class, ambition, identity, and the perilous cost of reinvention in the traditions of Patricia Highsmith and Donna Tartt. The son of the working-class Czech immigrants, Christopher Atlas Novotny is a talented painter who arrives at Harvard on a full scholarship. Raised amid hardships, he is unprepared for the privileged world introduced to him by his freshman new roommate, Lucien Orsny Conti. Born to wealthy European diplomats, Lucien plays the part of the confident, sophisticated bon vivant. Where Lucien is bold and brash, Atlas is timid and introverted. Growing up a lonely outsider, Atlas is insecure, impressionable, and in awe of his brilliant roommate. But is Lucien all that he seems? Sensing a willing disciple, Lucien introduces Atlas to a glittering new world of lavish parties and elite social clubs. When Atlas struggles to afford his new lifestyle, Lucien offers a solution, convincing the naive artist to become a forger, passing off fakes to galleries and dealers. But Lucian's charismatic facade conceals something darker and more sinister. As Lucian's behavior grows increasingly unstable, Atlas is forced into escalating risks with devastating consequences. Drawing inspirations from the true crime stories of Christian, I know that I'm going to butcher that name, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, aka Clark Rockefeller and Adam Wheeler, Lucian is as darkly seductive and addictively readable as their secret history, the Eccentrics, Creation Lake, and the talented Mr. Ripley. So as you can already tell that I really liked the book, and what drew me into it was the title and the cover of the book, and I read the summary and it sounded right up my alley, and I decided to give it a go. And I'm glad I did because it was brilliantly written and extremely fast paced. There wasn't even one boring scene. I didn't felt bored throughout the book at all. So I feel like that's a really good thing. To talk about the characters, there are two main characters that we are following. Of course, the POV is from Chris's point of view, uh, but Lucian is a really big part of the book. I mean, that is the reason why the title of the book is Lucian, but still, he has this overpowering presence in the book, and we see how he. Uh, I mean, it sounds dramatic when I say takes over Chris's decisions and life, but it really does. Whenever Lucian says something that, "Oh, you know what, we should do this," and Chris is able to justify it because that idea suddenly sounds very alluring, very fantastic and amazing. I don't know, and it just shows that how much power Lucian has on Chris. And I mean that kind of makes sense because Chris didn't really have any friends before this, and Lucian was the only friend that he really got close with. He became friends with, so I mean, it isn't surprising that he hung on every word that Lucian said. One of the things that the summary is saying is that the book is kind of similar to The Secret History, but while I was reading it, it more reminded me of The Goldfinch, which is also another novel by Donna Tartt. Because of all those art themes in it. Yes, the Goldfinch is about art theft, but it kind of felt similar rather than the secret history. Anyway, I was talking about the character. I actually really liked Chris' character. I liked that it was from his point of view that we're experiencing everything. I like how down to earth he is, but of course that changes over the course of the story. I mean, I would say superficially he did remain the same at the core, like his personality at core did remain the same, but he superficially did change a bit because of Lucian's influences. And I also really like his relationship with Harriet. So Harriet is another character, and she kind of appears to him as his love interest, but they never really get together because she was a bit scared to get together with Chris because how Lucien is his friend and Lucien she thinks is shady. And I kind of believe with that as well. I liked Harriet and Chris's relationship for whatever time it lasted. It wasn't technically a relationship yet, but whatever they had was really cute. I really, really loved it. They were writing each other letters, and it was just so, so cute. And then, of course, we have the complete opposite, Lucian. Lucian is extravagant, he's exuberant. And the way he puts up this facade, this pretends to be someone else. And it's to some level it is impressive. Like I will never be able to do something like this, but it's also really scary because I know if I were Chris, I would never trust Lucian because he's extremely shady, like Harriet mentioned. He's a shady person, and I would stay away from him because he also not only does but also says a lot of questionable things. But Lucian is a massive liar. He lies to basically everyone, and he lies to all the other students. And even though he claimed to be best friends with Chris, he still lied to him very often. And at the end of the novel, he visits Chris again, and even at that time, I wasn't really sure whether he was telling the truth. So I remember when I was reading the book, I whenever he would say something, I would be like, are you even telling the truth? Because I don't believe you. I didn't believe him at all, especially the first time when he lied to Chris. I I realized that he's basically this character is basically unreliable, and yes, I never trusted Lucian again. I really, really loved the pacing of the story. I like that the author was able to just paint this whole story, and he he was able to make the story without any parts dragging. It was a really great novel. I had a great time reading it, and I would definitely recommend you read it as well.